and we don't make decisions anymore because our subconscious mind is so used to what we do that the decisions are already made, and we just take the drink, take the shot, take the cigarette, take the cheeseburger, whatever it is. We don't think, but you've got to stop this and be mindful of what you're doing. Say, hang on a minute, I don't want to do this, I shouldn't do this, this isn't what I want to do. Hi there, in this video I want to talk about times and places that cause triggers when it comes to drinking alcohol, love and hate relationships with alcohol, and being ready and also staying ready when it comes to alcohol, because there's lots of things that you can start to do to help yourself. Now, the first things on the list, and these are just some of the things that people complain to me about. Over a decade I've been helping people with all sorts of different problems, but these are the ones that pop up a lot. So times and places that cause triggers. Now, you can have all sorts of times of the day that cause triggers for all sorts of different things. For example, in the morning when you wake up and you get out of bed, that time of the day, you're going to have breakfast, you're going to go to the bathroom, you're going to brush your teeth. But you do these things completely automatically, on autopilot, subconscious. I mean, literally this morning, I know exactly what my routine is, but I don't remember doing any of it because you just do it automatically, because you do it so often, and repetition builds this pattern, and then your subconscious mind helps you, and you don't need to think about it anymore. You just do these things automatically, like lunchtime, dinner time. But unfortunately, we can also have triggers for negative things, like smoking with a coffee or drinking alcohol at particular times of the day. Now, since COVID, I've helped a lot of people who we called it in the end wine o'clock, because there was a particular time of the day that would trigger to have a drink. Now, it would vary for all sorts of different people, for all sorts of different reasons. It could be perhaps the kids going off to nursery, the kids going off to a friend's house, or the kids going to bed, or perhaps finishing work. And even through the quarantine, when everyone was stuck in the house, there were still certain things, like people would say, oh, it's acceptable to drink when the sun goes down, it's acceptable to drink at this particular time of the day. And so that's what they would do. And obviously, no one knew how long it was going to go on for, so people perhaps thought, oh, it'll only be a week or two, like the Christmas holidays, but then before you know it, it's gone on for months, and then people are stuck in a rut. Now, quarantine is an excuse for some people, other people, nothing to do with quarantine. Before that, they had all sorts of different reasons for drinking, and they had all sorts of different triggers. Now, what you can do to get out of these triggers, to break these triggers, is to use repetition and to do different things at these times. So it's all about finding distractions, healthy distractions, distractions that do not involve drinking. So at 5 o'clock, if at 5 o'clock that signifies the time for you to drink, then at 5 o'clock you need to be doing something that does not involve drink. Maybe going for a walk in completely the different direction from the bar or from wherever you do drink. So that's one thing to consider. Reading books if it's bad weather, speaking with friends, making phone calls, organising meetings, changing your work around so that you're busy at that particular part of the day. So it confuses your mind, so it knocks things out of sync. And then after a while, you can break those triggers. Places is another thing. Certain places, obviously bars and things like this. It could be a friend's house. It could be any particular social situation where people bring out the drinks. And then you're there drinking. So these are things to consider, because people think it's really difficult to stop doing things, but if you're aware of what is actually triggering you to do these things, then you can consciously stop being in these situations. And if there's a particular time of the day, you can be conscious of that and plan yourself doing something completely different around these times and staying away from these places. Unfortunately, this isn't on the list, but here should be people, because also certain people trigger us to do certain things. Now, it's a horrible thing to say, stay away from these people forever, but you know something? You don't have to stay away from these times, these places, and people for that long for you to be able to break those triggers. Now, it varies for everybody. Sometimes people could do it for a week, a month, a year, and still fail. but you have to really give it a go and find out what your limits are. So I would always suggest to do this for as long as possible. I would do this personally, and I have done this forever. I've cut people out, I stay away from certain places, and certain times of the day I'm in the gym more than anything, and making videos now, doing stuff that's healthy and better for me in my life. And these are what I would suggest to break those triggers. Next thing, love and hate relationships. Now, this might be, you might think this is different than what I'm actually going to say, but I'll give you an example. Two people could go for lunch, and on the restaurant you have burger and chips, and you have, let's say, tuna salad with new potatoes, for example. So something really not healthy, something very healthy. Okay, so you could get somebody that picks the non-healthy dish because they love the taste, they love the feeling they get from it. It's great, it's a really good experience. The other food's all right, but this is great in their mind. Now, somebody else might choose the healthy dish, the tuna salad with the new potatoes, not because they love the taste of it in comparison to the cheeseburger, but they know if they have that, then they're going to love the future that it brings them. Because all these tiny little movements that are good for us means that in the big picture, we're always going to be better off. So you love the fact that when you pick the tuna, the salad with the new potatoes, you're going to feel good. You're either going to look better or you're going to keep hold of the body that you've got. Whatever it is, it's more beneficial. So you love the cheeseburger, if you're choosing the cheeseburger for the small things. You love the tuna salad because of the way you're going to look. So the choices for both are the same, but you just have to change what the love is. So you need to think in the bigger picture about alcohol. So the short term is you go out, you socialize with friends, it's a great laugh, brilliant. You don't want to miss out, that fear of missing out. But that short term, alcohol's bad for you. We don't need to get into that. Everybody knows alcohol is bad for you in many, many regards. So you have to love not having alcohol because you're going to feel better. You're going to be healthier. It's obvious that you're going to have a better life. There's going to be less problems, less issues, less anxiety, less dramas, less chances of accidents and things like this happening when you're drinking alcohol. So this is an obvious one, but this is really good. Think of the bigger picture. Think of what you get out of it when you make better choices in your life, not just for alcohol, but for everything, for drugs, for smoking, for fast food. You've got to make the love for the thing you're going to get out of not having these things on a regular basis. Be ready. Now, what does that mean? Be ready. Be ready means plan, okay? Because if you're not giving up alcohol forever, but you want to be good with alcohol, then you need to plan what you're going to do when it comes to being in these particular places. So if you're used to drinking 10 pints in the pub, but now you want to drink 2 pints in a pub, you need to be ready. You need to think about it. You need to be mindful of your decisions, and you need to visualize yourself doing exactly that. Because if you don't, if you just go to that bar, sit down with your friends or whoever it is you're sitting with, and you start to drink, then you forget about that because you haven't planned it. You just think, yeah, I'll have 2 pints and I'll go. But then when it comes to the second one finishing and somebody saying, do you want to have a drink? There's no big barrier. You're just like, oh, okay, go on then. It's no stress. I'll just have another one. And then you've broken it instantly, but you need to plan it. Visualize yourself having 1, having 2, content, leaving. Visualize it, feel it, and be mindful of all of your decisions, because we live our lives in complete autopilot. Like I mentioned about the bathroom situation this morning, I have no idea what happened in there, but I know I did everything I needed to do because I'm here now and my hair's done and my teeth are clean. This is just how we live. But it's the same with everything. So we get caught up and we don't make decisions anymore because our subconscious mind is so used to what we do that the decisions are already made. And we just take the drink, take the shot, take the cigarette, take the cheeseburger, whatever it is, we don't think, but you've got to stop. Stop this and be mindful of what you're doing. Say, hang on a minute, I don't want to do this. I shouldn't do this. This isn't what I want to do. This is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. And the more you do that, the more you teach your subconscious mind exactly how you want to live. And then before you know it, your subconscious mind is running on autopilot for all the healthy things. That's why when you meet somebody who's healthy, who's in control of everything, you say, how do you do it? They say, oh, I don't know, it's just easy, because they've trained their subconscious mind to be this way, and you can do this. So this is what it's all about, being ready, staying ready. Love the outcome of not drinking alcohol or drinking alcohol sensibly. Times and places and the triggers, be wary of what they are and change them. Be distracted. Do it on purpose. Live your life in a mindful way, because this is what it's all about. Now, these are things that you can do yourself. If you want a shortcut, then I've created hypnotherapy audios. There's even a course which we call The Challenge, which is on my website, newmindsethypnotherapy.com. Click the link below, check them out. There's lots and lots of different things that can help you there for all sorts of different things: alcohol, anxiety, everything. But these things you can easily do yourself. And don't forget, visualization is a massive one. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you've got any more things, I've got lots more things I can add to this, and I will do in the next video. But if you think of anything right now that you want to put into the comments, put it in the comments, because I'd love to hear about it. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. From all of us here at New Mindset Hypnotherapy, we hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.